And the late model feature, Holland Speedway style, rolls onto the track for their first event, a 30-lap affair, and the first one for 1990. The lineup for this one determines straight up start out of the finishing positions in the qualifying heats this evening. That makes the first heat winner the pole car for tonight. It's Gary Schwab with car number 86. On the outside of the front row, the other heat winner, number 91, Dave Heitzhaus. Starting in third position on the inside of row number 2, it's car number 7, Art Clark. On the outside of the second row, from Glenwood, car number 9, Sonny Whitmire. Third row on the inside, number 99, Rodney Arndt. On the outside, the 28 of Eldon King. Next on the inside, it's car number 48, Rick Wiley. On the outside, the 04 of Danny Mason. Fifth row on the inside, car number 65, George Scora. On the outside, it's car number 55, Eddie Anker. Sixth row on the inside, car number 3, Darrell Bobson. On the outside, the number 10, Mike Feeblecorn. Next on the inside, 71, Danny Knoll Jr. On the outside, car number 98, Larry Ovitt. Next row on the inside, it's car number 12, Jeff Oakes. On the outside, the 66 of Dean Ferry. Next on the inside, car number 11, Bobby Martin. On the outside, the 45 of Chuck Hebing. Final row on the inside, car number 16, Denny Newrider. And on the outside, starting tail end Charlie on the field, car number 96, Dick Van Coganet from Canada. The white flag is shown to the field, 1 lap to green. The Corvo Oldsmobile pace car has turned off the roof lights. The boys are getting anxious as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Gary Schwab and Dave Heitzhaus have each carried a checkered flag tonight in their qualifying events. Only one of them, obviously, can carry it in the feature race. Will it be one of those two cars in the front row? How about the old veteran, Art Clark, back there in car number 7? And speaking of veterans, another Holland Speedway regular, number 9, Sonny Whitmire. Whitmire starting up there in the 4th position on the outside of row number 2. Outstanding young star in this ranks. Car number 99, Rodney Arndt from Elma, New York, starts in the 5th position on the inside of row 3. And one of the 3-time feature winners at Holland, Eldon King, at 28, starts 6th. The green flag is out. The late round feature is underway. Gary Schwab takes an early lead on the inside of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Here comes Art Clark up on the inside of him, and Dave Heitzhaus on the outside as they started to go into that turn 3 abreast, then tucked him in line, and Gary Schwab leads lap number 1. Schwab in the lead. Clark has moved into second in 7. Heitzhaus gets a little bit sideways getting off the turn. Still holds on to that 3rd spot where he's now challenged by Rodney Arndt in 99. Right behind Arndt is the 28 of Eldon King down low. On the high side is Sonny Whitmire in car number 9. Whitmire somewhat trapped up on that outside line as Arndt and King and now Wiley all trying for the inside as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Gary Schwab leads the pack down the main straightaway with car number 86, but he's certainly not having an easy time of it because when he looks in his mirror, there's a whole field behind him, and it's led by Art Clark in car number 7. Clark less than an inch off the back bumper of the 86 car as they come off that 4th turn and down the main straightaway in this 30-lap feature. A freight train as they come off that number 2 turn and down the back straightaway. Schwab up in front. Clark takes a look at the inside once again, but then Schwab protects that spot as they come off the number 4 turn. Heitzhaus still rides in the 3rd position where he's challenged by the 4th place car number 9 of Sonny Whitmire. Rodney Arndt is 5th in the 99. The 6th place car is the 28 of Eldon King. Rick Wiley 7th in the Falone Trucking 48. They're hooked up only inches apart as you go back through the top 7 cars. Out of that second turn, again, Gary Schwab holds the lead. Art Clark is trying it on the inside of the corners, but Gary Schwab is doing a good job of protecting that territory with the lead, and Clark is going to have to get a little bit lower, which is going to be tough to do. He's got lap cars blocking that spot right now. The other thing is Clark gets so low to the inside, he can't have over an inch or 2 of width of the track to operate on because he tucks it so low in the corners. The 16 of Denny Newrider is a lap car. He's being motioned to the inside as the single file freight train goes by him upstairs and heads down the back straightaway. Here comes Clark down to the inside. Once again, he started to get a fender underneath Gary Schwab. And we got a spin up in turn number 4. It's the 66 of Dean Ferry. Dean Ferry's Quaker State 66 is spun to the inside of the track. He immediately gets restarted. He's pulling back up onto the racing surface. He's going to try to stay in the lead lap, but goodbye Ferry as the rest of the field goes roaring by him down in turn number 1 and 2. At this point, positions unchanged. To shuffle the deck as they go into the number 3 and 4 turn, and here comes Art Clark on the inside. Once again, Art Clark tries that inside groove, and Gary Schwab is giving him room there, but by the time Clark can jump on the gas, they start to run out of racetrack as they get down to the number 1 and 2 turn, because it's a different driving style when you're down that low, and how fast you can go in and how fast you can get off the turn. And Schwab is able to keep the RPMs up running that middle groove, coming off the turn, and able to keep them up and pull Clark down the straightaway. In the meantime, Heitzaus says, okay, Art, you can't get by him. Give me a chance. And here comes Dave Heitzaus up on the outside. Heitzaus says, I've had enough of this fooling around down low. I'm going upstairs. Let's see how good this Holland Speedway banking is. I'm going upstairs, and I'm going to pass Art Clark, and then I'm going up, and I'm going to try to get by Gary Schwab. Well, we'll see if that comes true. But right now, the 91 of Heitzaus does have second place away from Art Clark, and now Heitzaus moves in to challenge Gary Schwab. Heitzaus only mere inches off the back bumper of Schwab as they head down the back straightaway, and a shower of sparks coming out of the 65 of George Scora on the back straightaway, trying to get Scora shut down and into the corner. The battle continues up front as Heitzaus has taken over the second spot. Clark is back to third. Whitmire still running in the fourth spot. 9 of Ernest fifth, and George Scora pulling out ahead. 86 Schwab spins all by himself up in turn number 3 and 4, and that brings out the caution. No contact between the 91 and the 86. Gary just got on the gas a little bit too quick up there in the turn, and around it went, and everybody else does get by him. There was no contact between the 86 and the 91. Gary lost it all by himself up there in the corner. He's going to stay on the lead lap and come around and fill in at the back of the line. So the 86 of Gary Schwab will go to the tail end of the lead lap, and the 91 of Dave Heitzaus takes the lead on lap number 16 of 30. Be a single file restart because we're past the halfway point. And this race, ladies and gentlemen, is far from over. Single file, rolling slowly into turn number 3 and 4. The pace quickens as they come off that fourth turn. The green flag flies, and the late model feature is again underway with Dave Heitzaus in the lead. Heitzaus up in front. Art Clark running second. Rodney Arndt now third as they head out of that second turn and down the back straightaway as Arndt got by Sonny Whitmire. Eldon King now running in the fifth spot, moving up to challenge Sonny Whitmire as they head for the main straightaway. And right behind Eldon King is Rick Wiley. Then Dean Ferry, and then Eddie Anker, and Gary Schwab is moving up on that pack, trying to work his way back up into a good finishing position. The leader moving off the fourth turn, onto the main straightaway. It's Dave Heitzaus, car number 91. Heitzaus in the lead. Art Clark running second. Rodney Arndt running third, and Sonny Whitmire is fourth as a single file down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Rick Wiley is moving up to challenge 28 of Eldon King for fifth position. And ahead of them, it's a battle for third between Rodney Arndt and car number 99 and Sonny Whitmire in number 9. In that battle for third, Whitmire momentarily pulled alongside of Arndt, but then Arndt outraced him into the number 1 and 2 turn and hold on to that third position. Meanwhile, up in front, the leader is the number 91 car of Dave Heitzaus. Heitzaus holding on lap traffic as he comes off that second turn and heads down the back straightaway. Dale Easterly warned these two lap cars that the leaders were coming when they came by the last time around, and he'll again be motioning Denny Newrider to take the 16 car to the inside. Back around that sixth position is the battle between Eddie Anker in 55, Danny Knoll Jr. in 71, and Dean Ferry in 66. Big we've got a long ways to go to get closed up in the leaders. Very having trouble on the 66 car. By him as they go through turn number 3 and 4. Meantime, Gary Schwab is working his way back up through the pack as he's hooked up with Mike Fiegelkorn to try to come on up through. There is the lead car on the main straightaway. Number 91, Dave Heitzel. Pile up, bad wreck, turn number 3. Number 45, Chuck Ebing. No. 5-lap shootout in the first feature race of 1990. The pace quickens as they come out of that fourth turn. That green flag wave. Here comes Rodney Hart up alongside of Art Park to try to take over that second spot. But that could cost them the chance to go up there with the leader, because with the 7, 99, and 9 all locked up in their own private battles, Dave Heitzel is just going to wave goodbye as they head out of that fourth turn and down the main straightaway. Into turn number 1 and 2. Heitzel's in the lead. Clark is second. The 99 up Arndt is third. Whitmire runs fourth as they head for turn 3. Out of that number 4 turn, positions unchanged as they head for the main straightaway. Number 91, Dave Heitzel out in front. Heitzel's the leader. Clark is second. Here comes Whitmire up to challenge Rodney Arndt for that third position as they head for turn number 3 and 4. Still a good 3-car race for second as the double flags come out indicating 2 laps to go. 2 more times around. Heitzel is the leader. Art Clark is second. Rodney Arndt a little bit sideways up there in turn 2, and Sonny Whitmire trying to get by on the inside. The lead pack getting out of that fourth turn onto the main straightaway. The white flag is out. 1 lap to go, and keep your eyes on this battle for third. Rodney Arndt in 99, Sonny Whitmire in number 9, and they were only inches apart at the stripe the last time by. The white flag is flown. The leader comes out of that fourth turn. Checkered is out for 91. Heitzel, Clark is second. Clark is third, and Sonny Whitmire, your 4th car home. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for McKinley Mall and Fred Roberts Auto Parts Night here at Holland Speedway. On behalf of all of the drivers, car owners, sponsors, officials, and track owners here at the Speedway, we thank you for being a tremendous crowd to work with here. Your response to the drivers when they hit victory lane was wonderful. We enjoyed having you with us, and we look forward to seeing you many more times throughout the 1990 racing season here at Holland International Speedway. We caution you to take it easy in the parking lot. We wrapped up nice and early tonight, so if you just take it easy, the parking lot will clear well. Remember the 3 exits. Here is your feature winner. How about a good round of applause for Dave Heitzel? So, back to the safety message. Just take it easy out there in the parking lot. There's a lot of people, a lot of children walking around out there, so leave the racing on the racetrack. Take it easy in the parking lot and take it easy on the highway. Remember the upper exit where you can turn right and go up to Center Street and go right back into East Aurora. The middle exit, you can sneak down the back roads to Yorkshire, or the bottom exit, and you go down the hill to Route 16 in beautiful downtown Holland. So again, on behalf of McKinley Mall and Fred Roberts Auto Parts, we thank you for joining us here at Holland Speedway for our opening race of what should be a fantastic 1990 season. The winner has reappeared in victory lane, returning with a checkered flag, getting the safety belts off now, unhooking the steering wheel. This guy performed very well at Volusia County Speedway in Florida, captured a checkered flag down there, and used the experience both driving and with the car to come up here and capture an opening night victory at Holland International Speedway. So in just a moment, there he is. He's out of the car. A big round of applause for Dave Heitzel. And as they move around into victory circle and the wind picks up and so on, speaking of the wind, we're going to send you down to Ken Hangour in victory lane.
Well, we're down here with the feature winner, the NASCAR Late Model Pro Stocks, Dave Heitzel. Dave, it looked like the outside lane was your lane. You kind of sat back there waiting. They weren't going to give you anything inside, so you went outside.
Well, it didn't work real good in the first few laps. Art was handling a lot better down low, and all of a sudden it looked like Gary and Art were getting a little loose, and I just stuck it up high a little bit. and I was able to move around the outside of him. I was kind of surprised, actually, because the car wasn't working real good up high all night, but we changed a few things for the feature and came out right.
The last caution period, there was about 5 to go. I guess lap 25, it went under caution. It appeared that your car really come back to you. Did your tires cool down, do you think, or was it just the car just seemed to come back around a little bit better?
I think when our tires heated up a little bit more, it seemed to work a little bit better. When they were cooler, it didn't seem to stick as good. But you know, our was right back there. If I wouldn't have pulled him a little on the start, why, you know, he'd have been right on my tail. You know, Gary was running real good in the beginning. I don't know what happened to him. He might have had a tire go down or something. But you know, he was running real strong for a while there, and we were just lucky enough to get around both of them clean. And I give a lot of credit to Art and them. I moved around the outside of him, and you know, he gave me the room. He didn't move around on me, and once he knew I was there, he gave me the room. And I give him credit for that.
Yeah, I was watching down there in the corner, and absolutely, he realized you were going outside. He said, "If you can go outside, Dave, go." And he did give you the room out there. Dave, you ran Florida. That experience down there, perhaps running against Blankenship and some of them guys, you think that gave you a little more experience, a little help in running up here?
Well, I think it was, you know, it was nice driving down there. It definitely, we plan on going back. We plan on a lot of bigger and better things. But, you know, the guys were really good drivers down there, and we had a heck of a good time. And definitely go back again. We had quite a bit of bad luck, but we were running in the hunt down there too. And so far, you know, ever since the beginning of last year, you know, we didn't have the car handling too well. And then towards the end of the year, it really turned around with winning Lancaster and everything. And it seems to be hooked up pretty good so far this year.
Dave, now we're going to give you the opportunity to thank the people that put you here in Victory Circle, your sponsors and definitely your pit crew.
Well, the guy I want to thank the most that keeps just hanging in there and going home late and spending a lot of time, it would be the main pit guy that I got. That's Jay, and it wouldn't have been for him, we definitely wouldn't have had the car here because we didn't have the car ready for last Saturday.